What's up, YouTube? I finally decided I'm gonna start documenting my reef keeping experience. I mean, mainly because I'm getting sick and tired of all these YouTubers. They're teaching people unrealistic things. I mean, you do not have to go out and buy the most expensive piece of equipment, every single piece of equipment, aquarium controllers, every additive on the market. This stuff's actually gonna hurt you. It's not gonna help you. So I decided I'm gonna make some videos and I'm gonna show people that you can grow corals with very cheap setups. I mean, these two right here, my quarantine system, kind of quarantine overflow. These are from Petco. I got them $1 per gallon. This might have been a 20-gallon tank. $20 tank. It's 20-gallon long. It's got a power filter on it, a little skimmer, a cheap wave maker, an Amazon light, and a water tower. It's all gravity fed. And that's all it takes to grow corals that looks like this. I don't add anything except for kalkwasser through this water tower. Run fully saturated, pure kalkwasser solution. That's all that gets dripped into there. And other than that, I don't dose anything. I don't test anything except for nutrients. I think nutrients are probably the most important parameter. Nutrients and pH. If you're using the kalkwasser method. If you do not use the kalkwasser method, you're going to be chasing all this chemistry that everybody talks about. But if you use kalkwasser, in my simple way of reefing, so all you have to do is make sure your corals do not eat all your nitrate and phosphate. They will be so happy that your nutrients will bottom out basically overnight. Unless you have a larger tank, then it don't happen as fast, but they will still bottom out. These are quarantine systems, so if you have happy animals, they will eat your nutrients. As long as you make sure your nutrients don't bottom out, there's really nothing else to worry about. I do weekly or bi-weekly water changes. And that's mostly just to vacuum some detritus out, kick up the sand a little bit. These are very simple and cheap. You can build one of these Petco setups, including the light and all the equipment, for under $500. None of these tanks are older than 2 years. This one's probably about 2 years old. The corals aren't, but the tank is. But most of these other tanks are about a year old. Every coral I have was grown from a frag probably the size of my thumbnail. I'm not rich. I can't afford large colonies. So I look for sick colonies, injured colonies, small pieces, and I grow them out. These clownfish spawn every couple weeks. It's pretty fun. They're not very good at it though. They pretty much just eat them. Yeah, we're working on it. Here's a sump. This light's normally not on yet. Comes on at nighttime. There's a couple corals in here. Sea urchin. He's got a couple hats. Little heater suction cup. It's kind of dirty down there. Oh, we got some saltwater mollies. Well, freshwater mollies or brackish water converted to saltwater. This is probably the newest tank. Most of these frags were recently cut too. Just kind of cut a bunch of pieces to see how they do in the new tank. This thing always looks hungry to me, the way it's kind of clear. But I feel like that's how it's gonna stay. I'm not sure yet. It's probably my favorite chalice that I have. It's a little harder to pick up the Space Invader. It's not attached. Sorry, buddy. Gonna disturb you. I'm real big on herbivores. Mostly snails and sea urchins, because a lot of these tanks are small. But if you have healthy corals, you're gonna have algae, because they both consume the same thing. If you can't grow algae, you can't grow corals. It's that simple. So, in the ocean, the herbivores just make sure the algae don't overrun the corals. Spring over here. Oh yeah, color's a little better. Maybe I should have grabbed the red one over here. Let's get that red one back. It's a Goldmeister chalice. Oh yeah. The Wilson eye's normally really puffed up. I think these fish have been landing on him. These two yellow gobies they're new. As you can tell, he's still got some white patches on him. I just got them yesterday. They're still a little unhealthy. So I think they've been kind of bothering me a little bit. Oh, so this is all the newest stuff. We just got this at Reef Palooza. Another chalice. It's actually already growing. Sometimes you get a new coral, it could take 2 weeks to 2 years before it starts doing anything. And luckily, this one's already grown. This one's pretty cool. This is the Worldwide Corals Area 51. Let's see if we get a better picture. He's moving it too fast. Never take advice from someone without seeing their corals. Most people on YouTube cannot grow corals, but they want to tell you how to do it. When I buy these Wilsonized, they're like all purplish brown. There's barely any color. It's kind of a big mystery. You never know what you're gonna get. But they get happy pretty quick. Seems to be the theme. Most of the stuff I buy is unhealthy. And I gotta revive it. But the best thing I've ever done are these water towers. They keep the salinity consistent, they keep the pH high and consistent, the alkalinity consistent. Water towers full of kalkwasser. These little bubble magus side mount skimmers, they actually work pretty good. If you have something for them to suck up. Sometimes these little tanks don't have any funk. No funk for the skimmer. I don't know what's up with this red money, but he is pissed. He might need moved. Can't get a good picture. Tried. That's a good tip too. Your corals, make sure they're removable in case you ever need to pull them off and clean them or anything. Trim them. If you can just pull them off like that, it makes everything easier. Some branching salmon corals. Can't really see them. Played some mushrooms. Can't get one. Man, it's hard on camera. No, he's half closed up. These are not the OG. These are just sun-kissed bounce mushrooms. The OG gets green bubbles as well. I really like this St. Thomas mushroom. Normally they don't have a green base like that. Normally the base is just purple with the red polyps. The green base almost makes the base of the polyps orange. So the polyps are like reddish orange. Yeah, it's pretty special. St. Thomas mushroom. These are cool. Minus the algae. I mean, that's real reefing though. Can't hide that. It's real. You're gonna have algae in your tank. Snail or sea urchins just didn't hit that spot yet. Oh man, how do you forget about the interstellar bounce? When I bought this, it had no bounce vesicles. It was just an interstellar discosoma. Now, I don't know what did it, but it developed giant bounce vesicles. And I've cut it. Oops. I've cut it. And it's kept the vesicles. That's pretty cool. I mean, if you guys have any questions, comments, if you're having any issues with your tank, just ask in the comments. If there's anything you want to see or learn how to do, just ask. Trouble. Uh-oh. It's fishing. That bright pink chalice actually stung this. I don't know, probably 2 weeks ago. It was pretty bad, but it healed up. More algae. This thing blows up. It gets so puffed up with water. Grows pretty fast too. I know a lot of new people struggle with dinos. I believe dinos is from insufficient nutrients. If you don't have enough nutrients for the ecosystem, the good stuff can't thrive, but the bad stuff can. So if you ever get dinos, just test your nutrients. More than likely your phosphate's going to be real low, or your nitrate's under 5. I personally like my nitrate around 10. I mean, but if it goes up to 50, I don't care. 50 would probably be my high point before I start taking some action. But if it goes higher than that, I still don't think it's an issue. Phosphate could probably go up to 1.5 before I'd start taking action. These guys biting me. Oh, I guess you can't see it. But everybody else will tell you that nutrients have to be low, phosphate has to be undetectable. I think if you follow those guidelines, I think you're gonna have problems. Corals need nutrients. I'm getting soaked. Bad thing about a 40 breeder, my short arms, the sleeves get wet. Oh, I can't see it. I'll turn the white light. No, giving up on the zone. Well, guys, I guess I'm gonna wrap this up. Showed everything off a little bit. I got dosers sitting up there I don't even use. Like I said, I don't dose anything. If I do, it'd be a trace element, more than likely. Or if I have to correct alkalinity. If I have too many large corals in one of these little tanks, the alkalinity will drop a hair. But as long as the biomass is not too much, Kalkwasser takes care of everything. On that, I'm gonna end it.